I am proudly a high maintenance woman. And not in a bad way, but the good high maintenance. This video is all about how a high maintenance woman easily handles her toiletry situation when traveling. Hi y'all, I'm Lori, let's get started. I wanna start by telling you what I think of when I say the word high maintenance and what I'm identifying myself as when I say the words high maintenance. I am a high maintenance woman that prioritizes self-care because I understand you simply cannot pour from an empty cup. Right? You've got to be able to take care of yourself to be able to do all the things and be all the things you want to be in the world. In my version of high maintenance, I'm simply someone that prioritizes taking care of myself so that I can do all of those things. I have absolutely no shame in doing so. What I am trying to convey is that I am not somebody who thinks of myself as high maintenance in any way that somebody has to cater to me or provide for me. I can handle these things for myself. My idea of high maintenance is just of placing an incredibly high priority on my self-care so that I can be all of the other things to all the other people that I want to be in my life. So that's all I have to say about my concept of high maintenance. Back to the toiletries. If you are anything like me, you want to feel your best when you travel just like any other day. And the key to feeling your best when you're traveling is taking good care of yourself, even when you're traveling. But traveling carry-on only and still having everything you want to have with you to maintain your routine can feel overwhelming. I'm here to tell you it does not have to be. There are some simple tools that make this work really, really well. Let's get to them. I don't have a super complicated skincare system, but I am incredibly consistent with my skincare routine. We're gonna be going through my travel toiletries bag. And let me just tell you right up front, I understand it's looking pretty rough. I've been on 3 back-to-back trips, and I did not take the time to clean it out between trips, so yeah, I understand. It's looking pretty rough. The key to having everything work for me and taking everything I need with me are these little airless pump bottles. So you just fill it up, and then you'll notice you have some bubbles in there. I just tap it on the table or the counter, whatever, wherever I'm at, and then I use my fancy unfolded paper clip. You can make fun of me if you want for my paper clip, but whatever. I'm totally okay with it. It works really well. To push the stopper up, removing all the bubbles out of the product. Now, in order to make an airless container work, you can't have air in the container. So I'm watching it to make sure it comes up high enough that the air will be completely displaced when I put the top back on. That's a great way to tell. When some of the product starts coming out the top, you know you've got all the air out. Recap it, and I'm good to go. You can see I do have these in 3 different sizes. These are the 15 ml size, and for those longer trips, I thought these were gonna be a great idea, but guess what? They're not a great idea because I never use that much of a product even on those longer 2 and 3 week trips. The 15 ml size just takes up more space than I need to dedicate to any of my toiletry products. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the rest of this hyaluronic acid serum and then I'm gonna quit using this size. I also have this little 5 ml size, and this size is absolutely perfect for things that I just don't use a whole lot of. I wash my hair every 3rd day, so I don't need a ton of blow dry cream, so this 5 ml size works well for that. Another thing this 5 ml size works really well for is my under eye cream. I just use a little dot of it each morning and each evening, so the 5 ml size works really well for that as well. But for these products that I use a lot more of, like, you know, moisturizers and a vitamin C serum, I really enjoy these 10 ml size. And after some trial and error, I have learned that the 10 ml size is really the best one for me. The 15 is just too big for almost everything, and the 5 isn't big enough for some of my products. With all that being said, you can probably tell how much I absolutely love these little air pump bottles. I do. I love them, and I will continue to use them for as long as I can continue to get them. However, they're not perfect. They're not absolutely foolproof. If you drop one of these, like in the shower because you took your cleanser with you into the shower to wash your face, if you drop one and you crack this little casing anywhere in this little bottle, it allows air to seep into the bottle through the little crack that might occur when you drop this product. And what that does is that takes the airless out of the airless pump mechanism. So you start getting bubbles in it, like you can see I've done with this one because I have dropped it and it is cracked. And once you start getting bubbles in the product, it doesn't just pump out when you pump it. When that happens, when you're on a trip, I just have to take the top of it off of it and continue to use the product because that's what I have with me. Know that while they're not fragile at all in my toiletries bag, they hold up really well in my toiletries bag. If you drop them in the shower, you run the high risk of breaking them. I broke many by dropping them in the shower. Now the thing about skincare products is a lot of them are not really stable once you take them out of their original pack. And for that reason, I carry as little as I possibly can with me when I'm traveling because I don't want to lose the efficacy of the skincare products that I'm carrying with me. Like I said, I don't have a real complicated routine, but the things I use, I need them to work efficiently and effectively while I'm using them. So a lot of skincare products are really recommended to not be decanted. So decant at your own risk. So I keep this little plastic holder right on my vanity in my bathroom. And when I unpack, like I need to do today, I simply put any unused product in this holder and leave it on my bathroom vanity. And then as I go through my routine for the next several days, I will use everything up out of these before I go back to using my products that are in their original packaging. These come apart really, really easily. So when the product does run out of them, I just soak them in a bowl of hot soapy water. I use a bottle brush to clean them. I let them dry and I set them aside for the next time that I'm gonna use them. So these little bottles, along with a medicine dropper and an unfolded paper clip, are really game changer for your travel toiletry needs. Like you can take a ton of stuff with you and still even be under those European guidelines for toiletries. The next product that I absolutely love to carry my shampoo and conditioner in is one of these silicone little squeeze bottles. And I know you've seen tons of little silicone squeeze bottles. I've shown them here on my channel before. These are absolutely the best. Let me tell you why. For those shorter trips, I only want to carry a small amount of shampoo or conditioner, right? I only wash my hair every 3rd day, more often if I get really hot and sweaty, but generally every 3rd day. So this amount of shampoo and conditioner is absolutely perfect if I'm only going to be gone for a week, maybe 2. But if I'm going to be gone for longer than that, like when I go to Europe next month, these expand so I can take much more product with me. And that's something I can really appreciate. And that's why I absolutely love these, because it's so easy to adjust the amount of product I want to carry with me. I should share with you, while I absolutely love these, and many of my family and friends absolutely love them, my husband doesn't. My husband says he just has a hard time squeezing his product out of this little container. So you should know that before you decide to try something like this. People do have problems with it. My husband is one of the people that's like, don't put my stuff in that anymore. I don't like it. I don't want to have to worry about squeezing it out. So there's that. Because this does have a wide mouth on it, it makes it very easy to fill. And it also makes it very easy to clean with just some warm soapy water and a bottle brush when you run out of product like this one needs to be cleaned out. The next little container that has been an absolute game changer for me is just these simple little plastic cosmetic jars. You can put powders in them. I've seen people put powders in them. I would never put a powder in this because I'm not that coordinated. I'm messier. I would get powder all over the place if I had powders in this. What I use this for is those heavier creams. Any product that's just too thick that's not gonna work well in this type of container, something like a cleansing balm or coconut oil or anything like that that's not going to pump out well in this type of container goes in this type of container for me. And depending on the product, this easily carries enough to get me through 1 week. Sometimes if I'm gonna be gone for a more extended period of time, I might take 2 of these, but I did not invest in a larger size of these because I just don't use them very often. So the rest of this is really just stuff that you can get in travel sizes from the manufacturer in the original packaging. If you have the space available to carry all the products you need with you in manufactured packaging, that really is the best to do, because again, not all of your skincare products are going to be most effective if they are outside of the original packaging. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of y'all are gonna drop down into the comments and tell me that this won't work in Europe. I hear you. I will be going to Europe next month. And I am going to downsize all of this into a 1 quart size sandwich bag thing, which I understand does work in Europe. And I've got a video coming soon on that. So you want to stay tuned if you want to see if I can go from traveling with this to a quart size Ziploc for my European trip. In my opinion, these items are a small investment that allow you to carry your whole routine with you when you travel. Your self-care routine is just as critical when you're traveling as it is when you're home. And these few products make it so simple to feel your most authentically confident, best version of yourself, even when you're traveling. Because even though you're traveling, you're still doing everything you would normally do to take care of yourself at home. Now, when I'm traveling with my computer or by plane, you know that I'm going to have this in my beloved Falenco backpack that I love so much that I've shared so many times on my channel. But when I'm traveling by car, I have found that I really prefer something smaller. I'm really enjoying Made In backpack, and you can see it is smaller. It is absolutely smaller than my Falenco, but it still holds quite a bit of stuff. Way more than I need, including my toiletries. It's got a lot of different compartments inside, so that's something I really like. And it does have a way for me to carry my power bank. That is an absolute must-have for me. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. I really do appreciate you being here. I just recently hit 10,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you. I know in a lot of people's world, 10,000 subscribers is not a very big number, but in my world, it's absolutely huge. I never would have thought I would be sitting here today with the opportunity to talk to 10,000 subscribers. So I just want to tell you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful to have this opportunity to hang out with y'all. With that being said, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel and you're interested in hanging out from time to time, I would love it if you drop down and hit that subscribe button, but only if you want to. Because as I hope all of you know, whether you're subscribed or not, you have an open invitation to come back and hang out anytime you like. In fact, if you have a few more minutes to hang out with me today, I'd love it if you come hang out with me in this video. This is the video I made about 1.5 years ago when I was getting ready to travel to Asia for the first time, and I was going carry-on only, and I was making my first efforts to reduce all my toiletries down to a workable process. I've changed some things since then, but a lot of this holds true. So if you're interested, I'd love it if you pop into this video here and hang out with me for a few minutes there. If not, no worries, no harm, no foul. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.